Today on CityCast Chicago, stop, take a moment, and look at the butterflies. Right now, endangered monarchs are migrating south to Mexico, and many are coming across Chicago. That's why we're revisiting our conversation from last year with Pilsen's Claudia Galino Sanchez, whose home garden serves as a sanctuary and a resting point for these little pollinators. It's Wednesday, September 13th. I'm Jacoby Cochran, and this is what Chicago's talking about. I'm out here on 19th and Walcott in Pilsen with Claudia Galino Sanchez outside of her home. Claudia, I'm so excited to be out here. We are talking about the monarch butterflies. Can you describe your home to CityCast listeners?
Well, our house is a butterfly sanctuary right now. We are having navy plants for hosting the butterflies to come and lay the eggs to our house, our garden. We are just trying to help the environment, and also, of course, pollinators are going to help us as humans. Humans and pollinators, we are all connected because the vegetables we eat depend on the pollinators. And we depend on the vegetables we eat. We gotta take care of those pollinators for them to keep pollinating our vegetables, the food we eat.
Claudia, before you became a local celebrity, I've read about you on CBS. When we pulled up, National Geographic was outside of your home taking pictures. But before that, where did this idea originally come from? And how long have you been doing it?
I've been planting navy plants for the butterflies and for the pollinators in our house for about 5 years. And one day, our daughter, Claudita, she went to the garden and she found a caterpillar. So she was screaming, she was crying. She begged us to bring the caterpillar inside because she didn't want the storm to come, and the caterpillar was going to be outside. So we took the caterpillar inside, and in a few days, we saw a very beautiful butterfly. It was a black butterfly with blue. So it was a very beautiful butterfly. It was a very beautiful surprise to us because we didn't know that the caterpillar was going to become a butterfly. Oh. So since that day, we decided to also plant not just for the monarch, but also for the other pollinators, including the black swallowtail butterfly.
Was gardening something you took part in before 5 years ago when you started this particular initiative?
I just love plants, and my father used to love plants. I miss all the plants that I used to see and all the butterflies when I was a child. So when I was a child, we used to play all around, and there was so many butterflies. And so a few years, when I went back to Mexico, there is no more butterflies. There is no more frogs. There is very few species of other animals that I used to see when I was a girl in Mexico. I'm from Puebla. There are not anymore.
How important was that not only to your childhood, but to the culture of Mexico? Like, how important is the monarch butterfly?
Yes, the monarch butterfly represents the migration of people who migrate from Mexico to the U.S. The only difference is that butterflies are free. They are free to migrate to Mexico and from Mexico to the U.S. But humans, we are not free. Humans, we are not free to travel, to migrate from one country to another one. And when I see the migration of butterflies, makes me very happy because I see myself traveling to Mexico on the butterflies. Monarch is a very, very, it's a magical creature. I always call it a magical creature because it is so tiny, super beautiful, vulnerable, but flies so many miles to go south, right? So this is amazing when you see this tiny, tiny creature that is able to migrate from a very, very long distance to get to Mexico.
When did you come to the U.S. and did you come straight to Chicago?
Yes, I came to the U.S. about 20-something years ago, about. Yes, I have siblings already living here in Chicago. That's why I came to Chicago. Since I got here, I was feeling lonely. It was so difficult because leaving your country is not easy. So coming to another different countries, coming to another different world with another language. I didn't speak English when I came here. You know what? There is something very, very interesting. When I came here, I didn't really feel part of the community. I felt that I didn't have a community. I felt like I was in a different country. Well, I felt that nobody was. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Take your time.
And I felt that this country, some people are not very welcoming with immigrant people. I'm sorry.
What's so emotional about this for you right now?
You know what? When I came to this country, I didn't really feel part of this country. They make you feel that you are not like a human, like you don't have any value. So with this project, it's making me feel that I found my passion. I found the project that is making me feel that I can make a difference, that I can do something about my community, my society, my children, the other children. There is a lot of good things that people can do.
Do you think the garden in particular, did that specifically make you feel more connected to the community?
Yes, the garden, because people are coming, they are helping me. The neighbor next door, she just told me that she had her daughter. She's 15. She had an assignment, and I think she grew up about butterflies. And so this project, I think, is changing people's life. The garden is helping the butterflies, but also the garden is helping bringing people together.
Wait, are you gaming? On a Chromebook?
Yep. It's got a high-res 120Hz display, plus this killer RGB keyboard. And I can access thousands of games anytime, anywhere.
Stop playing.
What?
Get out of here.
Huh?
Yeah, I want you to stop playing and get out of here so I can game on that Chromebook.
Got it.
Discover the ultimate cloud gaming machine, a new kind of Chromebook.
I would love to go down into the garden to see some of the native plants you got down here. I noticed the sunflower because it's so tall, sticking right over your front gate. But what are some of the other native plants that you have down here?
Some of the other native plants we have is this milkweed. This is a milkweed that's called rose milkweed and also swamp milkweed. This milkweed attracts the butterflies because the butterflies, they come, they lay the eggs on the milkweed. When the egg hatch, the caterpillars are going to eat this plant.
What are some of the other things that you have in the garden?
This plant has very, very tiny flowers. It's yellow flowers. This plant is super, super important because the butterflies, they gotta feed on this nectar. The native plants that bloom on the fall, they are very important because those are the nutritious. They're going to feed the butterflies to be able to have enough energy to fly to south.
What does the butterfly provide to the environment outside of just its aesthetic beauty, which I think is often the focus around butterflies because they look good, that's why we like them, but how do they serve the ecosystem?
The butterflies, after the bees, they are the most important pollinators. Because all of them are connected. If we have more plants that are good for the pollinators, the birds are going to have more food. They're going to have more caterpillars to feed their babies. We are connected with the different species. To make sure humans survive, we gotta make sure other species or flora and fauna, they survive too, because we are the same. We depend on each other.
When I look at your space, your garden, I mean, it's so much beautiful color. And I could see someone like my mom or my friends who own a home doing this, but I live on the 4th floor of a 10-story apartment. What could I do to participate to make sure that I'm helping create sustainable ecosystems for butterflies, for other insects and pollinators? What could I do in my apartment complex?
First of all, we gotta ask for more green spaces in our neighborhoods. We gotta make sure we have more green spaces. And also, you can get involved with the community gardens. We gotta promote the idea of having more navy plants gardens. There is a lot of empty spaces that we gotta keep working and ask people to give us the opportunity to go and involve the community and keep planting more navy plants for the pollinators.
The places where we can maximize the opportunity, wherever there's a sidewalk or vacant lot that could be a community garden, working with our local schools, our local businesses, even if it's just adding, certain plants, certain native plants outside. Parks. Is there anything you have to do like season over season to prepare your garden, or is it pretty self-sustainable? Like, the winter comes, wipes this out, and it all sort of replenishes itself?
That's the good thing about navy plants, because if you have navy plants, if they are perennials, the navy plants come year after year, and they are coming bigger and stronger. So this, for example, is another milkweed. They used to be tiny, and look.
Oh wow, that is just standing up on its own with no anchor.
Yes. Now that I know the difference between navy and non-navy plants, of course, we gotta focus on the navy plants because they are more easy to survive.
Yeah. What does it feel like to be on this side of it now, being someone who the work you do literally gives butterflies the strength to make it back to Mexico? What does it feel like to be on like this side of the process?
I'm feeling super happy and super blessed because I feel that we all can help. We all can help, even though if you have a tiny space, if you don't have a space, if you live in an apartment, you could also help.
The hope that this project gave you in the city and your community members, has this project renewed your hope that we can save these species?
We gotta keep planting more trees. We gotta keep planting more navy plants. And that's exactly why, because we don't have a lot of trees, we don't have a lot of navy plants for the pollinators, we gotta keep working. We gotta keep working. This is going to be a better future for our children. That's a better future for the whole society. Especially, we gotta focus on the neighborhoods of colored people. There is a lot of green spaces available in the other neighborhoods, but like Little Village, back of the yards, Pilsen, we don't have a lot of green spaces. Yes, we can save the species. We can really do it, but we gotta be together.
Claudia, thank you so much for inviting us into your home, walking us through the process, showing us your garden. It's really meant a lot. Thank you for coming to CityCast Chicago.
Thank you so much for coming, and everybody is welcome to come and see our garden, how everything works.
Claudia will be giving away native plants this weekend at Morton Arboretum. You can also celebrate monarch butterflies at the Festival de la Monarca in East Chicago, Indiana on Saturday. For more information, check the show notes. And some good news. 2 Chicago festivals are celebrating over 20 years this weekend. The Inglewood Jazz Festival's 24th anniversary runs Thursday through Saturday at Hamilton Park, and the 21st annual Ravenswood Art Walk stretches from Irving Park north to Lawrence along Ravenswood Saturday and Sunday. For more Chicago news and events like how much an alderperson makes and this weekend's Mexican Independence Day Parade, check out our daily newsletter, Hey Chicago, at chicago.citycast.fm. As always, we appreciate you for listening. Tomorrow we got part 2 of the CityCast Chicago Alphabet Dating Game with Simone Alicea versus Sydney Madden. And like I said last week, it's getting a little weird. We'll talk to you then. Peace.
These over here are the caterpillars.
Oh, I can see some like right on the leaves underneath, like right here.
little.
They're so little.
They're so little. I didn't realize they were that little.